If your sales team is still dialing one number at a time, you're not just wasting time, you're losing deals. In this video, I'm breaking down the real numbers. Voice AI versus human SDR. Who books more meeting, at what cost, and who should run your outbound and inbound in 2025. I run Sonar AI, and we build outbound and inbound agents that call your leads, qualify them, and book more meetings automatically and at scale. And if you're at any point saying, hey, could this actually work for my business? I offer free consultations, links in the description below. Let's dive in. Okay, so let's make this a fair fight. We have human SDR on the left. He already got tired of that apparently. And voice AI agent on the right. So we assume that we have the same script, same call duration, just 1 quick minute, and conversion rate of 2%. And the only difference is just capacity. And I'll just show you what I mean here. So we start with the calls. And a human could generally make 10 to 15 calls a hour, pretty much. I mean, that would total on a good day on 100 calls a day, which is actually very ambitious considering that it's quite an ambitious number actually for a human to be able to reach that amount of calls every day, considering that they would get lower times during the day, they would get tired, they would need to rest. Some other task is pulling them over. So that is something, to take into account, that it's a very varying number. So I would say 100 calls a day on a good day for a very efficient SDR, actually. Yeah, whereas on the other hand, we have the agent that is able to actually handle as many calls as you want, depending on how much you want to scale with it. But let's say we have a retail agent that is able to call 20 people at the same time. So that means 20 calls concurrency, which can actually be increased if you wish. And that would total at about 100 calls an hour. So that can comfortably go to 800 calls a day. But as I said, it's a very scalable way depending on what you want, how many calls you want to do or delete. It's very scalable and manageable on that front. So the scalability part, it's clear win for the AI. When it comes to the cost, the average human, or rather SDR in the US on the lower end would cost about $30 an hour. I think that might be a little bit low, to be fair. But compared to a voice agent that would do 100 calls an hour, considering all that, not all the calls are gonna go through, because voice agents generally are being charged per minute, so per conversation. So of course, not every call is gonna be picked up. So that would of course kind of go in favor for the voice agent, given that they are paid per performance pretty much. So let's say just a $10 an hour for the voice agent. Now, assuming a 2% conversion rate on 800 calls a day, or 800 a day for the AI and 100 for the human, we would approximately get 2 booked calls, bookings by the human, and about 16. So that would total, let's say if we take the salary of the human, so if we kind of calculate that too, it would bring it at 240. So that means that it's 120 per booked meeting. So that means that every meeting would cost us $120. Whereas if we have 16 booked calls, that would be around $5. Again, these are just very estimated numbers, but just to give the idea that volume here can really change the game when it comes to also reducing your cost of cost per booking pretty much. And just something to be considered is that, as I said before, AI it's really scalable and you can work with it at any time, and you can increase it as much as you want. So it's a pretty scalable solution when dealing with large lead lists. Of course, a human would work weekdays 9 to 5. So let's say that is the part that, of course, AI wins at. So being cheaper, being infinitely scalable, and just being available 24/7. So even if a person is going to call the AI, they're gonna be there. So that is, something to consider. Look, the math speaks for itself. Same script, same conversion rate, but voice AI makes 8 times more calls. I would say 8 plus, because that's very malleable. You can decide how many calls you want to make per hour, per day, per whatever. And with that, it calls a lot more people and it books a lot more calls at a fraction of the price. So I would say if you're doing outbound and you're still doing it the traditional way, you might be falling behind. Not just behind, but actually leaving a lot of money on the table. Now, if you want to see this in your business and consider implementing some of these solutions, again, I leave a link in the description if you want to talk to me one-on-one directly for free. So please make use of that. And of course, if you have any questions or would like to, explore something else, please also leave a comment in the description. And if that was helpful, please consider subscribing. I make a lot of videos such as this one. And with that said, see you in the next video.